think softball is a great sport. It's not just a team sport, but also individual, and it's totally not an American sport. It's worldwide. Softball it's an Olympic sport. You have to keep it that way, and we need to get it back in 2016. I just live for the game. I love it.
The first and most notable aspect of our campaign is that we have chosen a special campaign name and logo, Back Softball. The name was chosen, Back Softball, because in the context it is meant to show support for softball. Here we are talking about the public, the media, the worldwide softball family, and indeed the whole Olympic movement. Back is also an important word for us as we strive to get softball back on the Olympic program where we feel it belongs. So today I'm delighted to announce that Back Softball Blueprint, this is a 10-point pledge that the ISF is making to show tangible results to the IOC membership by the time they vote on the new sports for the 2016 Olympic program at the IOC session in Copenhagen in 2009. I'm going to introduce several of the people, or the people that are with me up at the head table, and we're going to ask for some comments from them also.
And on behalf of my co-chair, Donna DiVerona, and all members of the Strategic Task Force, I'd like to welcome everyone to the official launch of the Back Softball campaign. The Back Softball campaign is designed first and foremost to restore softball to what we believe to be our rightful place on the Olympic Games program. But beyond this, we believe that the Back Softball campaign will be the catalyst for change, growth, and improvement within our sport.
My dream is to play in the softball Olympics. It's been my dream ever since I was born in it. Softball is very important to many people, and of course it's very important to me, and I enjoy nothing but everything in softball. It makes me so happy, and it would just be amazing if my dream could come true. And I'm sure there are many other teams that would love to have that. I just say, please keep it in the Olympics. It would be an amazing thing.
For selection camp for the Olympics, a lot of people know that the Beijing Olympics will be the last Olympics, and hopefully not the last forever, but the last, for the next couple of years. Softball will not be in the 2012 Olympics, but we are fighting very hard to get it back into 2016. The International Softball Federation has created a strategic task force that I am a member of, and they've come out with their marketing campaign. It's backsoftball.com. So if you go to www.backsoftball.com, it will give you a lot of great information on what this task force that I'm a member of is actually doing to get softball voted back into the Olympic Games.
A campaign launched by the International Softball Federation, hoping against hope to get softball back in the Olympics for the 2016 games. It's a done deal that there won't be any softball in 2012 in London, but 2016 is still a real possibility as long as there's that support from the grassroots level all the way up, just to show people that softball is so important on the international level, not just here in North America and the United States.
Definitely. The youth of our game, is depending upon it. You see the kids sitting in the stands. It's their Olympic dreams. And yes, I mean, there are 100 athletes that get to play ball. 115, I think, is the exact number of athletes that get to actually play ball in the Olympic Games. But it's these young ladies right here that have the hope and the dream of being an Olympian. And you never want to take that away from these young kids. They're 10, 12, 14-year-olds that inspire to one day be a star like a Kat Osterman or a Jenny Finch or a Jessica Mendoza, a Crystal Bustos. So you could go on and on to look at the way these women have inspired these younger generations.
I love playing softball. I've been playing for many years now. When I wear a South African jersey, I feel even better about myself. It makes me feel proud, and to represent my country in an international tournament does wonders for me. I was really disappointed when they eliminated softball from the Olympics in 2012, and I really hope they could bring it back in 2016 so I can represent my country again at a high level of softball. It's my dream to play in the Olympics, and if softball's not put back into the Olympics, it won't give me my chance to follow my dreams and achieve my goals.
In studio with us tonight is Mike Klingensmith, a member of the International Softball Federation Task Force, which hopes to get softball reinstated to the Olympics. Mr. Klingensmith is also Executive Vice President of Time Inc. Why is it so important for the game of softball that it's part of the Olympics?
Well, I think one thing that's interesting is if you look at as recently as 1991, when softball was put into the Olympic Games for 1996 Atlanta, there were only 65 countries around the world that were playing softball. Today, there's over 130 countries that have national softball federations and have softball. So it's kind of a catch-22. The institution of softball and putting it on the international stage has led to an incredible increase in the interest in softball and participation in softball. You know, and beyond that, of course, it goes back to all those young women across the country, across the globe, who are interested in playing softball and having something to aspire to. If you were to walk into Don Porter's office at the International Softball Federation, he keeps on his desk a stack of printouts of emails from girls from all over the country, all over the world, coaches, parents, who are really disappointed, deeply disappointed that this opportunity has been taken away from these girls.
Well, it's certainly going to be an interesting journey. We hope you will keep us updated as time goes on. Thank you so much for joining us, Mike Klingensmith from Time Inc.
My name is Mine Yukio, and I'm a child catcher, and I'm the team captain. And I have started softball when I was very small, and we are very shocked when we hear that the softball is taken out of the Olympic sports. And it is actually our biggest dream to take part in the softball in the Olympic. So it is as if we have lost our dream, and I'd like to ask for your cooperation to include the softball once again in the Olympic, so that we will be able to do better in this sport. So please help us to realize our dream.
While soccer is undoubtedly the nation's #1 sport, softball is the team sport in which Botswana has had most international success.
Softball is such a refreshing sport. I call it my stress reliever. After playing softball, I get home and I feel happy. I really think that's one of the big reasons as to why softball is so popular here.
Naledi Dikomo Gulden is a former star of the national team. Since she's been heading up the country's development program, she's managed to make softball part of the national curriculum.
Softball was popularized by the Peace Corps, who came here to teach in our secondary schools. When they got here, they saw that we played rounders, and they thought we would easily be able to understand softball. And the game has now boomed here. It is played in primary schools, both junior and senior secondary schools, and at universities. It's firmly part of our culture now.
Junior secondary school, senior secondary school, university.
Empecé a jugar a los 9 años de edad softball. A los 10 años empecé a representar mi país. He viajado con mi país a muchos torneos. Me siento muy orgullosa del trabajo que está haciendo mi país, Venezuela. Hemos estado en los mundiales, lamentándolo mucho no hemos podido lograr el sueño olímpico. Es uno de nuestros sueños más preciados, pero este es el año, lo podremos lograr este año y estoy un poquito triste ya que van a eliminar el softball olímpico. Mi mayor sueño es ir a unas olimpiadas, ser jugadora profesional y graduarme, estar con mi familia y ser feliz. Amo este deporte, es mi pasión y amo todo lo que hago respecto al softball.
As for the ISF, it's currently the only Olympic sport with its headquarters in the United States. We're happy to have it in Plant City and hope they can win the sport back to the Games in 2016. Or it'll run for the last time next year in Beijing. That would be sad.
The game of softball has never been bigger, never been more popular. It's fast, it's competitive, it's a growing sport all across the world, and it's never been this fun to play.